The California Budget Project survey, Making Ends Meet, How Much Does It Cost to Raise a Family in California, looks at basic expenses like housing, utilities, childcare, and food for working families in 58 counties throughout the state. Here to talk about how those numbers pan out for San Diegans is Peter Brownell, Research Director with the Center on Policy Initiatives. And welcome back.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
No, Peter, the recession is over. The economy is supposedly bouncing back. Are San Diego families actually feeling that? Is it still hard for families to make ends meet here?
The families sort of at the top have seen increases in their wages, but one of the things that we were finding is, even though the real estate market, the stock market are bouncing back, our most recent look at the poverty figures using the most recent American Community Survey found that the poverty rate hasn't begun to decline yet.
Here in San Diego.
Here in San Diego County, right. So, I think the folks at the bottom of the labor market, the folks who are, who've been unemployed because of the recession, really haven't been seeing those, the recession ending for them, even if it's officially over.
And that bounce back. Well, I know the results of this survey are in a user-friendly budget calculator on the CBP website. Now, here's how it works. You actually type in your county and your family type, like single, one working parent, and such. And here in San Diego, the monthly budget for a family of four with two working parents is more than $1,300 for housing and utilities. Food costs are $866. Healthcare adds nearly $1,350. Add another $1,000 for taxes and more than $1,000 for childcare if you include transportation and miscellaneous expenses, for a monthly total of $6,851. And to make that, you'll need an income of just over $82,000 for the year, and this is for the basics. Now, Peter, do you think this is a realistic budget for a family of four living here in San Diego?
What this really is a pretty bare bones budget. The housing and utilities cost of $1,382. People here who are paying rent or a mortgage know that for a family of four, that would be a pretty good monthly for housing. This is really kind of a basic needs, bare bones kind of budget.
The single parent of two, if you calculated it on this yearly budget, is said to be about $75,000 a year, or if you break it down to the hour, $36 an hour. How does that compare, this $75,000 a year salary, to what average income is here in San Diego?
Well, again, sort of talking to some of the folks that are having the hardest time, in the food, service, and accommodation industry, which, for better or for worse, is the fastest growing industry in terms of adding jobs back as the recession has started to wind down. Those folks we found have a median income of about $26,000 per year. So, and that's median, so half of them are making less. So there's a lot of workers in the service economy that are making nowhere near that. And, they're not able to pay these costs they're getting by, instead of paying for childcare, having, relatives or other people take care of their kids, doubling up on housing, things like that, because, the weekly earnings for a fast food worker are less than $300, so
and
it's less than
average here, right? About $60,000 a year for your average income.
Right, that's
for San Diego?
The median for across all industries is still below this budget for a single parent family. That's correct.
Okay, well, healthcare is, of course, one of the major costs that was listed in this survey. Could Obamacare, do you see that easing the burden, or would that depend on the type of job? What would that depend on?
I think for people who are currently, this budget assumes that people are paying the full cost of healthcare themselves. For folks that are doing so, I think that the Affordable Care Act will provide some more affordable opportunities than these figures. So that's one area where we've seen some policies that should be making a difference as that becomes fully implemented.
What types of jobs could help increase the salary for, let's say, these working poor? So you said a whole lot was in the hospitality industry. What other types of jobs are out there that could maybe double that or triple that?
Some of the other occupations and industries that pay well and pay closer to the wages that folks would really need to get by, but don't necessarily have huge skill requirements in terms of formal schooling. Construction is obviously a big one. So if we're investing in infrastructure, making sure that especially public dollars go
Goes
to construction and to paying good wages. The city recently passed a prevailing wage ordinance, which which helps that. Other municipalities in the district could do the same, or in the county could do the same.
Okay. Well, I want to let folks know they can use this CBP Family Budget Calculator on our website, kpbs.org. Peter Bronwell, thank you so much.
All right. Thanks. It's a pleasure.